Hey friend, and welcome back to LW Pharmacy Technician School channel. I am so happy that you are here today. Meeting with you weekly really inspires me and it keeps me on track. It makes me do the things that I need to do in order to be the best me that I can be. So I just want to say thank you for coming every week. Thank you for watching the channel and thank you for talking back to me because y'all don't know. It is times that y'all inspire me and encourage me. And so I just want to say thank you, friend. I love you and I'm glad that you're here again today. If you are new to the channel, welcome, welcome, welcome. And make sure you subscribe, ring the bell for notifications, and give this video a thumbs up so it can get in the algorithm and that other people can see what we're doing. And that can be a part of our community, okay? Get your paper, get your pen, get everything you need, and let's jump into the content. First, I want to say, baby, happy Pharmacy Technician Day to you, friend. Today is Pharmacy Technician Day. If you are watching this on Tuesday, October 17th, happy Pharmacy Technician Day. If you are watching this after Tuesday, October 17th, happy Pharmacy Technician Day. This is a day that we can celebrate and that we can honestly give thanks to ourselves and to our other friends who are pharm techs all over the country, and people who are pharmacy technicians in the Bahamas and all over the world where they are giving back in the space of pharmacy. Y'all know that pharmacy tech is near and dear to my heart because I really believe it saved me. I was not college material, and if I had went to college, I don't know where I would be right now, but I do know right now as a pharmacy technician, I am enjoying my life. I am enjoying my opportunity to give back to you and all these friends I'm making. I love y'all. And so today I hope that you raise a glass and that you cheers, even if it's just to yourself in the mirror, honey, and tell yourself how you the baddest, the cutest, the finest, okay, the smartest, the most intelligent person in the room. And just celebrate yourself, okay? Happy Pharmacy Technician Day, baby. Go get a piece of cake, go get you a cupcake, go get you a cookie, go get you a donut, go get you a chip, okay? Do something with some food to make it real. But today, October 17th is our day. So look, can't nobody mess our day up. And y'all know I told y'all in the last video that Tuesdays was my favorite day, okay? So this Tuesday, baby, it ain't no, yeah, this is my day and I'm claiming it. I hope you do the same, okay, friend? So what we're going to do today is we're going to be talking about partial fill of a C2 drug. We'll be talking about how much time is allowed to partial fill and who can request a partial fill. Now, when we talk about who can request a partial fill, we'll be speaking in control 3 through 5. Okay, drugs. All right, friends. So get your paper, get your pen. I done already said get that paper and get that pen. You know you need to pay attention, okay? So before we dive into the different dispensing, I want to make sure that we understand that C2 drugs are written on prescriptions, okay? And those prescriptions can either be sent electronically or sent written, right? So if something is sent electronically, that means it can come through the fax, right? Or it can come through the computer, okay? When it's being sent electronically, it needs to be signed with ink. And I'm saying this one can come through the computer, but I think it's just fax, which is E. And then I think in person, okay? And so with that being said, they have to sign it, friend. The doctor has to sign it in ink because we do know that controlled substance 2 drugs are very addictive, highly addictive, and anybody can try to create that type of drug. So they always must be signed in ink. Write that down. No refills on a controlled substance 2. No refills at all. Look at the baby. She eating that cookie. She said no refills on a controlled substance 2. So that's going to be like morphine. That'll be Percocet. That'll be Oxycontin. No refills. There are a few different Netflix shows that I want y'all to watch. Make sure you go watch Painkillers and then go watch Dope Sick, okay? And The Pharmacist. Painkillers is on Netflix. Dope Sick is on Hulu, and The Pharmacist is on Netflix. I need you to see that so you can understand the opioid pandemic centered around C2 drugs, because it is such a big deal when these people get addicted to this drug that they will try anything that they can, friend. And it's a lot of times it's because they're sick. You know, when somebody is addicted to something, they're sick. People are often judged and talked about and criticized because, you know, of their addiction, but really that person isn't doing that on purpose. You know what I mean? That person has crossed that line to where they don't know how to even come back from that, friend. So when you see these type of things, try not to be judgmental. Make sure you use compassion, make sure you use love, and make sure you know that you think about it if it was your loved one that was operating in that addiction. Some people have had those experiences when they've seen their loved ones like that, okay? So just try to be compassionate with it, friend, but just remember, no refills for C2 drugs, no refills. Now, Percocet is a narcotic, and it is used for moderate to moderately severe pain. Moderate to moderately severe pain. Now, side effects of the Percocet: mood swings, headaches, a lower blood pressure. You know what I'm saying? These things can all have a big effect. And when I was watching Painkillers, I ain't gonna tell y'all too much, but it is a part in there where this man is so high on this drug that he is literally biting his finger and he doesn't know it. I mean, biting it. And it just goes to show you how these type of drugs can really numb people. And when they were going to the doctor and getting these prescriptions, because this show was going to show you the beginning of this epidemic and the beginning of how this actually started and who was behind it and things that was happening at, you know, with big pharma for a very long time. And it basically shows you that a lot of times money is involved, okay? But doctors were writing it not to necessarily get paid. They were trying to help their patients. Some kind of got off the you know the path that they were supposed to be on. And I don't want to tell you the show, friend. Just go look at them shows. Dope Sick, Painkiller, and The Pharmacist. Now, The Pharmacist is a true story. All of those are a true story, but The Pharmacist is more like a documentary. Check it out, because anytime I think about these things, my heart goes out to these people, especially when they lose loved ones over this. Let me come back on over here, child. When we think about the C2 partial fillings, remember that C2 partial fillings are allowed, but the remaining quantity has to be available in 72 hours. Lindsay, what does that mean? Friend, I'm glad you asked me, friend. Basically, a person can get half of the amount that the doctor wrote if that's all that the pharmacist has on hand, but the pharmacist has to give the patient the remaining pills within 72 hours. You need me to go a little deep? I'm gonna go a little deeper. So let me give you an example. Ms. Jones come to the pharmacist. She got her C2 prescription. Because remember, every time they come to the pharmacy with a C2 prescription, or to get a C2 drug filled, they have to have a new C2 prescription, because there are no refills, okay? Now you jumping ahead and you getting in my business, but I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna let you have that. They're coming to the pharmacist, they got this prescription, and they're giving it to the pharmacist. The pharmacist reads it like, oh my God, okay, Ms. Jones, you come all the time. I have Percocet, but I only have about 20 of them, and you need 50. We're just gonna say that for example's sake. She said, okay. Mr. Johnson, I'll come back. He's okay. Can you come back in 72 hours? I'm gonna order some more. It should be on my truck. And they say, okay, that's fine. So instead of Miss Johnson getting the 50 Percocet, she gets 20, right? Now, if for whatever reason that truck does not make it within the 72 hours, baby, time is up. So now at this point, Miss Johnson or Miss Jones has just lost her remaining 30 prescription pills because she had 72 hours to get the drug. The pharmacist can say, hey, I'm going to give you the remaining in 72 hours. But if that medication is not in within that time, those other 30 pills are lost. And when those other 30 pills are lost after those 72 hours, a new prescription is required. Now, Ms. Jones gonna have a little attitude, and I'm gonna tell you why. Even though she'd agreed and said, okay, well, I'm fine, that the 72 hours or whatever. In order for her to get this new prescription, she's probably gonna have to go back to the doctor. Okay. Or the doctor can e-fax it. Just depends on what type of doctor's office she's working with. Some of them don't want to e-fax a child. Some of them say you got to come up here and pick up this script. Now, Ms. Jones got to get off work early because you know that the pharmacy, the doctor's office be closing at 5. She got to get off work early because she don't get off until 5. She got to get over there and get the prescription that's 30 minutes from where she worked, go back to the pharmacy that she was just at 3 days ago, turn that prescription in. And when she turns it in, the pharmacist who promised her the medication ain't even there. She dealing with a new pharmacist and a new whole pharmacy crew. And now it's your turn, and you looking trying to figure out why Miss Jones got an attitude. And this is why. Because, baby, she feel like she don't waste her time. Now, let me tell you something. This is what I always like to make sure people understand. Before they get this partial field drug, they need to understand that, ma'am, if this medication does not come in within 72 hours, you may not get the remaining of this drug. You may be required to get a new prescription. Is that okay? And at that moment, they just be like, yeah, I just need something now. You know what I mean? Most of the time, when people know that, we go ahead and let them know, hey, go ahead and go across the street, or we're going to call another one of our pharmacies to see if they got it in stock. So that way we don't run into those type of scenarios, okay? When that does happen and Miss Jones comes into your pharmacy and you don't have no idea of what's happening, because again, you know how the shifts in the pharmacy go. You have people who work in the morning, right? So they may work in the morning shift. They come in at 9. You're going to have somebody else who may come in at 12. Then you may have somebody else who comes in at 3, right? Because they may be working 3 to 11. And then somebody else may be working 12 to 9. And then you got somebody else working 9 to 5, right? And so that means you got these 3 different shifts, where on 3 different shifts, they're going to encounter 3 different ways that these patients are interacting. Well, the 9 to 5 didn't tell the 3 to 11 what happened with Miss Jones. And then when Miss Jones came in there on your shift, she had a little bit of an attitude. Now you're trying to figure out, like, hold on, Miss Jones, wait a second. You see, there we go. Okay. Now, Miss Jones' original script was for the 50. Now, it was for the 50. She got 20 of them, and the 30 she did not get. So on this new script, do you think she's finna get 50 all over again? Or is she just finna get a new script for the 30 that she did not get? Thank you very much. Thank you very much. For the 30 she did not get. Baby, Miss Jones not finna get a whole nother, because then at this point, sister got 70 pills and not 50. That ain't what we said. We said we 50, so that means she did 20. So then when that happens and that truck didn't come in, the pharmacist then lets the doctor know, hey, this was the situation. We had 30 pills that we owed her. We can't give her the 30 pills because the prescription expired. We need you write a new prescription. We're going to send Ms. Jones over there. Ms. Jones going to come back with the 30. We're going to fill them. Bada boom, bada bang, ba bang. Right? That's how that's going to work. Baby, I'm gonna tell you right now, though. Miss Jones is gonna have that. Now Miss Jones might be happy. Let me, because if she's been coming for a long time, she may understand. But when people are in pain and they're uncomfortable, a lot of times they don't be feeling too hot. They don't be real friendly like that. And I always tell people too, when you work in a pharmacy, do not take it personal, friend. Don't take it personal because you are dealing with sick people. You're dealing with people who are uncomfortable, people who are feeling at a dis-ease with something, right? So make sure that don't wear your feelings on your sleeve. They're gonna have a look, they may have attitude today, come back tomorrow and apologize because people do self-correct. Leave room for that, okay, friend? Don't trip on it. This is one thing I'm gonna tell you all the time, whether you in the pharmacy or you getting ready to go take your board exam. My free game to you on this nice, beautiful day is to be happy, friend. Make sure that you keep your happiness and make sure you keep your happiness before you take your test. Some of you all may be testing this week. Some of you all may be testing today. You may be going to go test next week. And your biggest concern is what tips and advice do you have for me before I take my test? And this is my advice to you. Be happy. Be happy with where you are right now and with who you are right now. If you go in that testing environment and you are stressed out, you are drawing stress to you because we are a magnet. Whatever we put out, it mirrors back to us. You have to think about your actions like a copy machine. Whatever you copy, whatever you do, it's copying back to you, right? So when you go and you're getting ready to take that test, I need you to do whatever makes you happy. If that's eating something special, that could also be doing something special, getting your hair cut, putting some curls in your hair, putting on your contacts that are cute, but they not prescribed. Y'all know we be doing that. Whatever it is, find your happiness, okay? Find your happiness. Now, I wasn't gonna use Will Smith because y'all know, look, it really ain't my business, but y'all know what Jada Pinkett is saying right now, and I wasn't gonna really use him because I didn't want to be a part of their little what's this say, their entanglement. But I went ahead and just used him because he's a happy guy right here, and so is Carlton. But anyhow, baby, find your happiness, go in that test, in that exam room, and push that happiness out so it can come back to you, okay? When we are in here, one of the ways that you can ensure your confidence is increased and that your retention rate is where it needs to be is we should be having interactive studying. Interactive studying, friend, because a lot of times you watch this video and all you do is watch these videos. You don't write nothing down. You don't record nothing. You don't go back and what you be saying, oh, I need to go and write that down. And the whole time you doing something else. Be true to yourself, friend. All it takes is 30 minutes. I told you before, all you need is 30 minutes. 30 minutes of study time every 4 hours. If you were doing 30 minutes, these videos, my videos, a lot of times, if you watch two can be 30 and sometimes one will be 30 minutes, right? So if you are pausing and you're writing information down, if the video is 17 minutes, by the time you pause the video so you can take a note, you would have expanded the video to 30 minutes and you walk away knowing more than you did before you came in. The other thing I'm gonna tell y'all that we do, and we got to stop doing this, and I know we might do this with our plates when we make our plates because our brains be bigger than our stomachs. Y'all be trying to remember 1,000. Let me make it realistic. 25 things at one time, baby. That. Baby, I don't know who y'all be thinking y'all are, a little robot, a little machine. 25 things at one time, friend. That is unnecessary. And you're overwhelming your brain and you're working yourself to death. Okay, quit doing that. Don't do that. Don't do that. All you need to do, if you walk away learning 2 things, that's good because you learned 2 things in 30 minutes. So if you're studying every 4 hours for 30 minutes, then that means that you are going to learn about 5 to 8 things a day. I mean, baby, how much you want to learn? You see what I'm saying? So interactive studying, get you some paper, get you a pen, write this little information down that I'm telling you. These bullets are going to stick with you, honey. And then the next day, you watch another one of these videos and you do the same thing and you continue this pattern until you pass your board exam. Now, I don't want to have to keep telling you to come in here with a paper and pen because I know that you're not. See what I'm saying? I already know you're not. This little baby got her paper and her pen. Be intentional about what you're doing, friend. Be intentional. Okay, now this the second half of the video. You still got time. Now let's get back into it. It's a patient request. This is a patient's request for C3 through C5 drugs, right? Yes, patient's request for C3 through C5 drugs. Okay, let's see what this is. If the patient has a refill, partial fillings are allowed. If a patient has refills, partial fillings are allowed. What does that mean? So let's say a patient has a prescription for Tylenol number 3. We know that Tylenol number 3 is a Schedule 3 drug. And Schedule 3 drugs are allowed what? Come on, write this down. 3 to 5 refills within a what? 6-month time period. 3 to 5 refills within a 6-month time period. Friend, are you listening? Okay, I'm slowing it down just for you. They're going to take this one by mouth every 4 to 6 hours as needed for pain, okay? Now, the quantity that the doctor is prescribing them is 15. So we already know that this is not anything that they're going to be on long term. This is not anything that they're going to be doing for 30 days at a time because this is a prescription for pain. So when you have the prescriptions for pain, you know that those drugs, the length of that time is not going to be as long as blood pressure medication, right? We're not getting a 90-day supply of pain medication like we would for blood pressure or like we would for ADHD medication, right? So we know already 15 quantities, 15 tablets is what they're going to get on this particular prescription. Let's see if they have any refills. Oh, they have 2 refills. They have 2 refills. So then that means that if they have 2 refills, 15 times 2 is 30. But then the initial quantity was 15 as well. So Lindsay, how many tablets do they have on this one prescription? 45 tablets. 45 tablets are allowed on one prescription for this particular prescription that they are getting filled, okay? Now, it may change, it won't be like this for every prescription that is written for Tylenol 3. Some doctors may not give, any refills on it. Some doctors may give 2, 3 refills on it. It just depends. But for this particular prescription, there are a total of 45 tablets attached to this prescription. 45 attached to the prescription, right? So with that being said, when the patient says, okay, I want to do a partial filling, I don't want to get all 15 at one time. Let me just get 10. Let me just get 10. So when they get the 10, they're going to be issued 10 tablets at one time, and then the other 5 will be added to those refills. So instead of them having 30 tablets on a refill, they're now going to have how many tablets? 35. Very good. Very good. 35 tablets on the refill. Very good, friend. And we know that they can only be dispensed in increments of 15. Why? Because that's what the prescription says. That each time that the prescriptions or the medication is dispensed, it has to be dispensed in a quantity of 15. How do we know that? Because that is what's on this prescription. Okay. So though they may have 35 left, the next time they get the prescription, now we can do less than 15, but we can't do more than 15 because the doctor said the quantity to be dispensed at one time is 15. So even though we may push back and add 5 more back, somebody may say, okay, well then now, we can do 20 on the next and 15 on the next, and that'll make it easy. Can't do that, friend. We cannot do that. We can only dispense what the doctor actually wrote at a time. And this prescription was written to be dispensed 15 at a time. So then the next prescription, they can do another 10 if they want to. And how long can this last them? 6 months. 6 months. Because it's 6 months, it's 5 refills within a 6 months period. So whatever comes first. If the 5 refills come first, then that's that. The prescription is null and void. Or if the 6 months comes first. So if they got this prescription in January, at the end of June, this prescription is up. Well, and I'm saying at the end of June, but if the prescription was written June 15th, January 15th, then the prescription will expire June 15th. It's 6 months from that date, right? So they won't be able to keep stretching this out to get to 6 refills, but they could stretch it out to get to the 5th refill. And when that happens, you probably want to let them know, okay, I just want to let you know, Mr. Tom, you're right here. You're at refill number 4. You're going to have one more time to get one more refill. And after that, this prescription is done. Okay. You have to really, really educate your customers and your clients and your patients, because they don't know these things. These people are just following directions, right? And you may say, well, why would a person only want to do a refill, a partial filling? And sometimes people do a partial filling for a few reasons. It could be for insurance. Maybe the insurance doesn't cover all of them at one time, so they only have to do a few at a time. It could be that this is a cash paying person. Maybe they don't have insurance at all. And so you have to remember that each pill costs, right? So if the pill costs, let's say each pill costs $5, just for easy math. Pills cost $5, where if you're getting, 15 at $5, let's see what that is. If you're getting 15 at 5, that's $75, right? So a person may say, well, I don't want to spend $75 on that, which is why they say, well, just give me 10, right? So 10 at 5 is 50. They might need to save that extra 25. So that's why someone may do a partial filling. And then the third reason could be that the patient feels like, I don't need all of that. I'm not going to take all of those. I have a high tolerance for pain. I just need something to help me to get over these next 3 days. And then I probably won't come back and get this. And I've seen that before. Right? So there are a few reasons that a patient could request it. And if they do request it, we just need to let them know that for C3 through C5 drugs, they are allowed 5 refills within a 6-month period. So whatever comes first. And they may not understand that at first, because this is a foreign language to individuals who are not, with that background in healthcare, but you want to prepare them for it, okay? Now, when we think about partial fillings allowed, right? Xanax, 2 milligrams, 1 by mouth every day for anxiety, and they're getting a quantity of 20. Is a partial refilling allowed on this? Let's see. Nope. No partial refilling allowed. And how do we know that it's not? Because, well, let me say this. Let me beg up. Partial refilling is allowed on this, but what we need to let them know is they won't be able to, if they only want to get 10 today, the other 10 goes away. They won't be able to get the other 10. So we always like to tell them, when they don't have any refills, you may want to go ahead and fill the prescription in its entirety and then just have the rest at home or however you need to take it. Because, and we don't tell them these things, the pharmacist normally kind of lets them know, because we're trying to just tell them, hey, if you take this, if you do partial, well, I will say I've had opportunity to tell the patient, if you do partial, you're going to lose the remaining of the drugs, right? Because that's not really a counsel thing. Now we're talking based on insurance and pricing. And at that time, the patient is like, okay, well, give me all of them, because I didn't know that, right? Because a lot of times they don't know those things, right? So it's totally up to the patient as to what they decide to do. But as technicians who care about our neighbors and who care about our clients and our customers, we're always making sure that everyone is aware of the entire picture and how things work in pharmacy so they can make an informed decision, okay? Now, let me see if you heard what I said. A pharmacist received a script for 40 Percocet tablets, but the pharmacy only has 15 in stock. The patient accepts the 15 tablets. How much time does the pharmacist have to provide the remaining tablets? While you're trying to think about that, I do want to let you know that all of the information that I provided to you today came from this book, the Mosby's Pharmacy Technician Exam Review book. You can purchase this book and review book, and you can review this information on your own. You don't necessarily have to, do anything special. You can review this book, this information on your own. I do have the link in my description of this video. Make sure that you click that link and you can order that book and add it to your cart. And it will definitely be an added value to you. So many of my friends have used that book and have passed their board exam. Okay, so look at the link in the description below, and you can order that for yourself, so you'll have that at home. But the answer is B. If you said B, give yourself a thumbs up and a pat on the back. Okay. The next one, this one is kind of long, so you may need to pause this video before I give the answer so you can read it yourself to ensure that you know what's going on, okay? What's really going on. If a patient requests a partial fill of their acetaminophen codeine, that's Tylenol and codeine, number 3, prescription, what can the pharmacist do for the patient? Can they place the remaining tablets in a bottle to be picked up later? Do they give the patient the requested amount and tell them to pick up the remaining quantity in 72 hours? Do they tell the patient to pick up the remaining quantity within 6 months of the date on the prescription it was filled? Or do they give the patient the requested amount and give them the balance only if a refill is indicated on the prescription? Okay, if you selected letter D, you are absolutely positively listening to me, and I am so happy that you're doing so, okay? Because it says the pharmacist may provide the patient with the requested amount, but can give them the balance only if a refill is indicated on the what? The prescription, friend. Yes. Okay. Come on, friend. I'm so proud of you. I am so proud of you. It is Pharmacy Technician Day. Baby, if it ain't October 17 where you are, you still celebrate today like it is, okay? Because this is your day, friend, to love on you, to be happy with you, to think about you, and to just put you first. You know, I know as a mom and as a wife, I am always putting my children, my husband, my family before myself. But on this day, this is my day, okay? And it's all about a real girl technician, okay? And I'm gonna celebrate this day, friend. I'm gonna celebrate this day. I'm gonna do what makes me happy, and I hope that you do what makes you happy. And some of you may say, well, I'm not a pharmacy technician yet. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You have to start thinking in that mindset, because remember in my video the last week, when me and you talked last week, I told you, I said, start embodying the energy of a technician. Start getting your mind into the mindset of feeling like a tech, because when you take your board exam and you pass it, you are going to be thinking like a technician. When they write that test, they're not writing that test for people who are on the streets trying to become a tech. They're writing that test in the space of a person who is already a technician. When they speak about the different things in pharmacy, they're saying that in the sense that you're already there. So what we have to do is embody this and embrace it, love on it, and make sure that we know within our hearts and in our minds, baby, that we are certified technicians, okay? Look, and I'm rolling my head today. So make sure you go love on yourself. Do something that makes you happy. I will see you again next week. Thank you for being true to you and for being true to our friendship. I love you so much and I'm proud of you, friend. Drop me a comment below, some type of emoji, and tell me happy Pharmacy Technician Day too, okay? Thank you, friends. See you later. Bye.